Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. Johnny's guest hostess this week is Joan Rivers. This is Doc Severinsen along with Tommy Newsom and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Joan and her guests, Don Rickles, Rita Moreno, and from Remington Steel, Pierce Brosnan. And now, here's Joan Rivers.
You know why everybody's so up? Because it's raining, thank God. Oh, California. How many of you are from California here? Yeah. Aren't you glad to see rain for a change? Everybody's, because out here, when the rain comes, everyone goes, oh, it's raining, it's raining. Today, I went outside. Everyone was outside. Susan Anton, who lives near me, she was outside waiting, and Dudley Moore drowned. But anyway, and the reason I'm really thrilled that it rains is because if it stays raining like this, maybe Willie Nelson will come close to getting his hair washed. And, my dears. Can we talk about Willie Nelson? Is this man dirty, I ask you? He wears a Roach Motel around his neck. Please. He is doing an HBO special. He wears an odorator for a headband. But I haven't been here how long now? This is what, I haven't been on the show for 7 weeks. I have been away. I've been to New York. I've been to London. I have been on my first vacation for the last, I'd say, 6 years. I am so glad to be back because I love to work, thank God. How many of you are on vacation here? Yeah, it's nice. Are you single or married? You're on vacation? So, yeah, because single people go, once you're married, the closest we've ever gotten to making vacation plans is every 6 weeks he says to me, go to hell. So finally, we went on a cruise. Do not go on a cruise, because people say, like, go on the QE2, it's terrific. We went on the SS Shirley. I cannot tell you. The cabin we were in was so far below deck, it was called the Kunta Kinte Suite. And it was just, see, to me, if you're going to go on vacation, you come to L.A. Do you go to Vegas? Are you going to go to Vegas? Oh, why not? Isn't Las Vegas fun? You know why? It's all, they make no pretense. It is sex, it is gambling. The city flowers herpes. It is the most, yes. Everybody, to get my husband upstairs, to get him from gambling, I had to buy a nightgown with little dice all over it, right? He took a look at me and rolled me out of bed. Everything is gambling. The chickens even lay odds. It is just... Oh, well, okay. No, oh, sure, boo-boo. Oh, sure. No, but I don't complain that we went away, because to go away and have a man pay for it is so wonderful, because I never get gifts. I don't know about you. I get lousy gifts, and my husband actually paid for the trip. I was going, this is a good gift. The worst gift I ever got from my husband was last Christmas, when he bought me a car lighter for my Pinto. And no, because some women get great gifts. And today, to celebrate my coming back for the week, Edgar, my husband, sent me a half a dozen red roses, but they were the bottom half. But, a friend of mine said, the reason you get lousy gifts is because you don't tell them what you want. Tell them what you want, because are you married? So when you're married, how long are you married? 2 years, so you're still huggy, kissy, surprise, surprise. Guess what I've got for you? But with me, if you don't tell him what you want. So I said to him, okay, Edgar, for Christmas, I want something black and elegant and covered with fur. He got me an 8x10 picture of Diana Ross. And is that a good-looking... does she kill me, Diana Ross? Is that the thinnest woman in America? Oh, she walks into a pool hall, they chalk her head. Just so thick. We have a great show for you tonight, which I can't... By the way, don't you love the outfit before we go any further? It's Boy George's gym suit, but it's just... during the commercial, I'm going to have this land so I'll look better. But we have a fabulous show for you tonight. We have Dawn Rickles, which is going to be terrific. Yeah, isn't that nice? We have my friend Rita Moreno, who I just admitted that. From Remington Steel, we have Brosnan, who is very sick. Exactly. Oh, so please, stay tuned. We'll be right back at this message of interest, okay? What a nice... Oh, are you nuts?
On the next Entertainment Tonight, see a marriage made in Hollywood as you meet Valerie Bertinelli and her husband, rock and roller Eddie Van Halen. Together, they cope with life in the fast lane.
When you're happy in your personal life, it makes your work better.
Then E.T. spotlights James Coco to discover why the funny man of stage and screen is serious about his new diet book.
I think it's a very special kind of diet book.
All on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Weekdays at 3:30 and 7:30 p.m.
We are here. We are here.
All right.
What a great audience. Great audience.
Isn't this a great audience to start the week?
What a way to start
What
the
a
week.
group.
Oh, well, it's going to be a good year, though. I really believe it. I really hope so. You know?
Oh, I'm sure of it, and it's nice to start this week with you. It's going to be a great week. We've got some wonderful guests, and may I start by congratulating you for being named by People magazine as one of the 25 most distinguished people in the United States.
That was a joke.
In 1982.
They were desperate.
No, not at all.
Desperate.
And you look so lovely in your black dress.
I'm going to
I
wear
love that
black all week this week. Every dress is going to be black this week.
Why?
Yeah. Well, one, because black is very chic. And also, I think you would wear black, too, if you hadn't had sex since 1972. And three, it's my salute to Michael Jackson. So it's just... But I like black. I think it's very chic. I think it's nice. Most women look good in it, too, you know?
It's supposed to be very slimming, but you don't need that.
Oh, sure, please.
No, it looks lovely, and I love the pearls and all.
Thank you.
It looks great. And we've had some good news. Now the bad news.
Yeah.
If you made another list.
Yes, I did.
Mr. Blackwell's list of the 10 worst dressed women in America.
10 worst dressed women in America, which kills me because I was wearing his dress at the time. Listen, if Mr. Blackwell wants to put me on the 10 worst... I mean, this is a man who told Maria Antoinette wear a turtleneck. I mean, you can't take him seriously. You could tell if he had a good time last night by the stains on his tie. I mean, if he wants to say I'm badly dressed, you know, let him say it.
You look great.
Thank you.
Forget what Mr. Blackwell says. You look fantastic, and we have great guests.
Yes, we do. Can we tell where I'm going to be first before we do that?
That is the next thing I want to do.
Not that I want to hint.
Joan Rivers playing her very first college engagement at the University of Southern California.
5 years. First time,
right.
5 years.
And this Thursday night.
Right. Thursday
So
night.
all you guys at Southern Cal, she's going to be there. Friday at in Santa Barbara, California, at the Arlington Theater.
Yes, Santa Barbara. If you're from Santa Barbara, come.
And a trip on Saturday to San Diego at the Civic Theater.
Yeah, so it's a nice weekend.
Should be lovely.
And the gentleman we're going to bring out is...
Look out.
What?
Look out.
Everyone keeps saying, look out, look out. He is a pussycat. He will be at the Sahara Hotel Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this week. He is hosting Saturday Night Live on January 29th. He is one of the funniest men in the world. And it's the first time we've ever been together on the show. Will you please help me welcome Mr. Don Rickles?
I just told him I hope his mule dies. Thanks, Joan. I'll be at Lou's Fish Market a week from Wednesday. And then I'm working the wonderful farmer's market smelling cheese for 2 nights. By the way, one of those little horses, what do you call those little horses?
Quarter horses.
Quarter horses. 2 of them were shot while you were playing the trumpet. How are you,
Now.
Joan? God bless you. This is a lovely outfit, and I know you always get... You with the dentist? Anyway, No, it's very pretty. You were kidding yourself about it, and
Yeah,
I wanted you to know this is a lovely outfit. Suck on my neck just to relax me.
Everybody has been saying to me, Don Rickles, you're the Donnie Marie of meanness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think, I think you're a sweet, good man. What did your friends say when they...
Well, you're a fool if you think I'm a sweet. No, I'm not that kind. You know, in our business, we do what we do. You do your thing, I do mine. Only I happen to love Elizabeth Taylor.
Not a word.
Hey, you know what the whole
You do one Elizabeth Taylor joke.
No, I don't do jokes. You know that. Sure. I talk about people. I'm honest. I don't like him. But I don't make a thing about it. You know what I mean? Johnny Carson's not here, and we both can be very honest. I think you can handle it better, as you told me. Hey, the woman came in my dressing room and said, Don, you and I are friends. Don't I handle this show much better? I said, absolutely. And Dummy here went, I just played a trumpet. And Ed McMahon's at home in his underwear going, It's Bobby Quinn's son. He writes down everything to tell the little director. See, everybody's off when you're on the show. You know that, so that's a vote of confidence. The regular crew takes off, and they bring in all the guys that are learning. Freddie isn't even... Oh, yes, there he is. Freddie, the keep it up. He's the wonderful producer that keeps saying, you're marvelous, Joan. It's lies. It's all lies. You know you don't like her either. Why do you lie to her, for crying out loud? No, he loves you. You do a magnificent job, and I kid you. And does the jewelry go back in an hour? Anyway...
As a matter of fact, yes.
How have you been? I'm delighted for your success, really.
Well,
we know each other a long time.
Yeah.
Her husband, Edgar, is in the hall now saying, give me $5, I'll park your car. You really love Edgar, don't you?
Yes.
No, he's a wonderful guy. He's about 4'1", isn't he?
Yes.
Walks around the hall going, I'm a beaver. He's a nice guy. We've been friends a lot of years.
Yes. Not that many years.
No,
We've been acquaintances.
No, the great thing is, which they see, is when you, as the wife, and, well, you know, as the host, I keep thinking as a man, because we always assume it should be a man, you know. As you said to me many times, it should be you instead of her. But, see, there's not a friend here. They give you all that baloney every night, going, Joni, darling, Joni, baby. And Johnny hired you because he knows you're no threat. See, a woman to a guy like Johnny Carson, he's got $6 billion. He's sitting now in Malibu Beach, running around in his jockey shorts going, how's the body look? How's the body look? You and I know it's over. The body is wrinkled and it's over, you know. Right,
Do you
Doc?
exercise?
That's right.
Well, why don't you jump in and be a man and say it?
We'll be right back after this message of interest, so please, stay tuned. I'm so glad you're on. We are back. Back. Talking with Don Rickles. Now, you look very restless. You went away with friends. You're good friends. Steve Lawrence is your very good friend.
Yeah, it was Steve Lawrence and Bob Newhart. Steve and I are doing a little project now, but we don't mention it's on another network, but we're having a ball of a time because Steve's great. He keeps saying, you want to hear me sing? And I step on his album. And we went to Hawaii for Christmas and New Year's. Were you working Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah, I work anytime I can.
I know you do. Bless your heart. I got a low-key wife. She's the one that keeps saying, again with entertaining. She thinks I should work in a candy store and just sit there and think, chocolate, vanilla, or something not too sweet. Anyway, she's great. You know the type. On the wedding night, just laid there and went, You're married, right, Doc?
Right.
Happily? Sure. No, I'm sure you are. She probably gets up in the morning and goes, But we went to Hawaii, Joan. Do you ever take vacations?
Yes, we just took one.
Yes, we saw each other in Lake Tahoe, and
Yes.
you told me at Harrah's, which is another of our favorite spots, both of us. And I work in the Sahara, and you work in Lake Tahoe a great deal, and now you're working at Caesars.
Anywhere.
No, your career is...
A buck's a buck.
Hey, I gotta be honest.
I am the strip slut in Vegas. They want me, I moved to the different hotels.
But you know why? You have a great drive. I have a desire to get on the couch. That's my big dream. Just lay on the couch. My manager, Joe Scandori, is not here tonight. Unfortunately, he's at a rally to hurt somebody. He's Italian, and he just sits around Brooklyn going, bravo, bravo, and there's nothing going on. But you say that, and tomorrow you're going to see me with a limp. But I must say...
You don't like to work?
It's not a question of not liking. I love the life of leisure, of playing golf. I'm not a good golfer. Freddie DeCovita. Your producer's a marvelous golfer. I love golf. Newhart's a great golfer. Steve Lawrence is a guy that plays golf, but he's not, he has that kind of rhythm. He hits the ball pretty good. But we went to Maui this past Christmas and New Year's, and all we did was play golf, make love to the wives on our terms.
What is that?
No, they stood on the course and go, when? When? And Steve yelled, never! Never! I didn't yell that. I was hoping somebody else would. But, no, that's not true, darling. I do love you. My luck, she'll be in heat tonight, and I'm tired. Anyway, are you allowed to say heat on television? Oh, 3 guys just went, you can't say heat, you can't say heat, you can't say that. But, so far, Joan, you've been a big help to me.
When you go to Hawaii for vacation, did you take your kids? Because we have children the same
No,
age.
I took giraffes. Whenever I go on vacation, I take 2 giraffes with me. No, I take my son, who is 13, and I take my daughter, who is 17, that just stands in front of the mirror. I don't know if my daughter wants to be an actress. Does your daughter
daughter's very pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
your
mine's
daughter...
a little younger, but she wants to be, I think, a rock star.
Yeah, well, my son loves the Sting and Duran Duran and Police.
Culture Club?
Yeah, and in fact, he came home one night, and his face was green, and he went, wow, wow, wow. And I said, yeah, man, yeah. It's the new thing. That's why I'm looking forward to. Have you done Saturday Night Live?
No, I did it last year. I loved it.
Well, I'm
it's
looking
great
forward
fun.
to doing it.
You've never done it?
Never.
I only did it once, the way I'm talking.
Well,
You've never done it, huh?
No.
Puff, puff.
No, but it should be. Oh, puff, puff, the shipment came in. Anyway, I saw 2 guys from Colombia standing in the hall going, dang, 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 dang. Anyway, no, that's terrible with drugs and so forth, because you hear about that so much. God forbid, kids should keep away from that. But I must say, because when I go down to Florida, even my mother, bless her heart, by the way, may I say hello to her? She's in Mount Sinai, rather, in Florida. And she's having a little problem with her eyes, but she's going to be fine. Hi, Mom, I love you. I just do that because everything she has is in my name. And I'm afraid she'll get a lawyer and change that around. Now, that's a joke, Mother, because my mother's the type of woman, I don't think that's funny!
Does your mother travel with you?
I'm 57. Forget about that. I mean, if she does, I have a problem alone in the bathroom. I mean, no, my mother used to travel with me. I know in the days in the Park Sunset, I think long before you came to California, maybe so, but you're a very young woman. And
thank you.
You are. And I must say that my mother used to travel with me. How young? Don't push it. No, you're very young, and you know what? You know what I admire so much about, which a lot of people don't know, your background in education, which, see, my daughter's going through the SAT test now in the college. You've been through that. What is that all about?
Oh, it's the worst. And California is the worst educational system in America. You know that. The worst. Melissa brought a note home from an English teacher today. Melissa can do more better work. I mean, it is You're in a lot of trouble with your children.
For a minute, I thought you were talking perfect English. Because where I came from, see, when we're raising kids, my wife and I, we don't have a college, although I graduated from the American Academy in acting. My wife went to business school, but we didn't have you and Edgar are both college graduates, and it must be kind of an advantage to raise kids when you went to college. Do you think so? No, seriously.
College education doesn't do you any good at all. I am a philosophy major. I can go to the butcher, prove the meat doesn't exist. I am telling you, it doesn't do any good. Nothing.
Really? Are you serious about
Honestly, you know what it is? Everyone that doesn't have a degree thinks it's terrific. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those that have degrees realize it's nothing. If you're gonna read, you're gonna read. If you're not gonna read, you're not gonna read. You know,
Well,
especially for a woman. A
Pardon me?
woman needs a pretty face and a trick pelvis. That's all a woman. Do you look for intelligence in a woman?
Well, I met my wife, so you take a guess. No, I look for a bright lady. It doesn't have to be college, but I think I would have loved to have gone to college. I really do. I think that's a great thing for a young man and a young lady to have a college background. I think it's another boost on the ladder. I think it's, you know, I came from the street. My college was, hey, here's your college. Hey, hey. That's Italian for how's your family. But I didn't have it easy, and I got news, and I wish that for my kids. And my daughter will go to college, and she'll be a wonderful, wonderful student. My son will, too. They'll both be great. And you, what is your, Melissa is ready?
Going to be 15 the end of this week.
Don't give out ages and all. There's a lot of guys with ski masks. Anyway,
I wish they'd call me.
I did 4 times, but you didn't accept the call. Lee Salter, your publicist, is out backstage. He was so nervous. They were all, why were they so nervous? They thought we were going to have the World War II. And the only person really, and Doc, I swear, without Ed here, it comes alive with you sitting there. The whole thing picks up. You were so wise to pick him instead of Ed. When you had, you know, when you signed this deal, and you said, I must have Doc instead of Ed, I think that was the most cleverest thing you've ever done, really. Because this guy, he's a spark plug. Look at the way he jumps in and keeps it rolling with those takes and those looks. I mean, I got chills just sitting next to you. This guy's dynamite. I was with him in New York once and watched a fly die in his face. He's great. You're great. I love you, Doc. You're great. He's the greatest. We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Do people ever get upset with you when you're kidding? Do you ever have people that really get mad after the show and try to come back?
Well, Joan, that's a dumb question coming from you.
Thank you.
You know and I know. We do what we do. You can't win everybody. Nobody bats 1,000. Of course, some people will say, hey, I don't find that funny. But when you stand up alone, and all we don't have any refrigerator. We don't have Bob Barker saying, you just won 2 trips to Grenada.
Right.
Which a guy said, I was there. It was great. It was great. A lot of explosions, but it relaxed me. Anyway, you stand alone, and we do what we do. And I got news. Of course, the whole world doesn't love me. That's for sure. The more I think about it, the more I realize it's so foolish when they ask us as performers, do people say I don't like? I think Bob Hope, who is the greatest performer in the world today and has done so much for our country, there's somebody out there that says, I don't like Bob Hope. Me. But, no, that's not true, Bob. He's sitting in his house saying, Dolores, what did he say? And George Burns is going, I got to get a 14-year-old girl and take a hike. Anyway, but it's all, we create an image, and we have to do our thing, and you can't please the world. And hopefully we try to get as many people as we can in our corner.
But does anybody like to talk to them in an audience ever stand up and say, wait a second, come outside?
Sure they did. But I have a lot of friends and my manager, people from Brooklyn, and nobody gets outside. They get to the door, and then you see them on television at some telethon going, help me! Help me!
Were you always, and this is another dumb question, but I really don't know anything about you, what would you have been if you hadn't been a comedian?
I would have been part of your crew. No, had I not been a comedian, I like to think, we all have fantasies.
Yeah.
I would like to think I could have been a darn good psychiatrist. I really do. But I realized, dealing with my own life, it is very difficult as a person, for myself. But I think with other people, I can relate to other people, and I have a feel for other people. And I think I could have been, if I lived in another world, if I come back as a moose, I could be a good psychiatrist. But I got news. That's only dreams and fantasies. Right now, I'm just lucky to be here with you.
Oh, I'm lucky to have you here with me.
And to be with Hot Charlie right alongside of me.
We'll be right back after this message of interest. So please, stay tuned. You're We are back. Back. Talking with John Rickles. guest has the distinction of winning all 4 top awards. That's the Emmy, the Oscar, the Tony, and the Grammy, right? All 4. She will be January 19th at the American Cancer Society Ball, Miami, and at the Sands Hotel in Atlantic City, January 27th and 28th. She's a sexy, wonderful, terrific performer, Miss Rita Moreno.
You and me, we wanted it all. We wanted it all. Passion without pain, sunshine without rainy days. We wanted it always. You and me, we reached for the sky. The limit was high. Never giving in, certain we could win the prize. I should have seen it in your eyes. Look how all our dreams came true. See how I've got me, baby, you got you. And through it all, just one thing died, a little thing called love, something deep inside. You and me, we're not like the rest. We once were the best. Back when we were dumb, how did we become so smart and learn to break each other's heart? Look how all our dreams came true. See how I have me, and baby, you got you. Through it all, just one thing died, a little thing called love, something deep inside. Oh, you and me, we're not like the rest. You and me, we once were the best. So when you see what we became, it's kind of sad and it's a shame. We wanted it all. We wanted it all. We wanted it
Pull yourself together because you're really crying. We'll do a commercial and we'll be right back. Who are you thinking of? Not your husband. We'll be right back after Mr. Preston Lesson, so don't go away. We are back talking with John Rickles, Rita Moreno. Now, you really got into it. You really cried.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
you really got those tears.
Well, that's a sad song.
But who do you think, how long are you married?
It'll be 19 years in June.
Okay, I'm married 7 years. When you think of this terribly sad, crushing relationship, who do you think about? Not your husband. I mean, we're married.
Hell no.
No.
I can think of about 10 guys in the past.
Who hurt you the most?
Who hurt me the
Yes.
most? Oh, I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh, you can
We
tell
think
me.
I'm crazy?
No, but
You can tell me. She forgets we're talking to 40 million people, right?
Oh.
This minute, you can tell me. she
What makes
says.
you think they're watching you? They may have gone out for a drink. How do you know? You went with John. You went with Marlon Brando for a while.
I did. I went with him for about 8 years.
That's really going with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
That's not like-
major league going with.
That's not like just a date.
No. That was rather serious and protracted, very long.
What do you mean by rather serious? Were you
Oh, it was
living
very
together?
well, 8 years. No, you didn't do that then.
So what did you do? You got up and got dressed and went home.
That's right.
Okay. So, just tramp.
Slut! Hotel slut!
All I was getting, because I'm very jealous, because Marlon Brando, when he was thin.
Not to be jealous.
Oh. Why not?
Now I'm going to withhold everything.
No, why?
No. He's a superb man. He has enormous intelligence, great wit.
Yeah.
But you should never go with someone like that.
Never mind that.
Not
How
when
is
you're
he?
very young.
Wait, how is he as?
Watch it.
Yeah, as a lover.
He was wonderful.
How wonderful. What ways?
Major league wonderful.
Better than your husband?
But
I'm just asking. It's over. It's over.
You're not going to ask anymore, right?
No, I'm going to ask. I
I thought you said it's over.
It's over that you're seeing him. Was he your first man you ever went with?
My husband. He was the first man I ever really went with seriously.
Slept with?
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you just
dying.
talked about that, for Pete's sake.
How old were you?
I was 19.
And did Marlon know?
Very young, very innocent, and it was just the closest thing to participating in World War III in my entire experience. It was a very tough time. I was too young to go with someone as sophisticated as that.
Oh, how old was he?
He was, I don't know, somewhere in his 30s, I guess, or late 20s. But I was very, very young, too young. I was always a very young whatever I was anyway. Yeah. And it was tempestuous.
And he was the first man you...
I really cared about.
Not really cared about. I'm like... I'm sure you liked him. He was the first... I just want to know, was Marlon Brando...
You've already
I'm so jealous.
That.
I just want to make sure.
Take my word for it.
Okay.
It was terrific. He had a gorgeous physique, but everyone knew that.
What a way to
wonderful
start
actor.
out.
And it's a terrible way. It's a terrible way to start out because you're so young and impressionable, and when you start out with someone as famous, and because of that kind of fame and adulation, that powerful, you really, you said this dress reminded you of a pimple.
Yeah. Well,
that's how
expensive
I
pimple.
felt. It's too tough. It's very difficult.
What about your daughter now? Your daughter's what?
My daughter was 17 in September.
Now, you had your first sexual experience.
You were talking about kids. They go to the same school.
Yes,
your daughter
that's right.
and Fernanda, yeah.
You had your first sexual experience at 19.
That's right. How do you know?
I found out. I did homework. I met Marlon in the Alpha Beta. And he told me he has a bumper sticker that says, "Save the whales for me." But oh, grow up. Anyhow, would you want your daughter, do you think...
Oh, she's got 4 questions. Now she doesn't know which one to
I'm
ask
trying
first.
to phrase it nicely, because we're both mothers and very sensitive.
We're talking about young women, right?
Young girls.
Innocent young girls.
Would you want your daughter to start sleeping around that early?
Oh, what,
the way you did at 19?
Oh, 19 is pretty all right, yeah.
You think already at 19?
Oh, come on.
You would go home tonight and say to your daughter, at 19, it's okay?
Yes, I would. What do you think of that?
Oh, I think your daughter should be taken away from you. I think it's just terrible.
More than that, to actually... you don't understand something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't relish that. I don't relish it. In fact, my husband relishes it even less. It would be nice if she lost her virginity when she was 30, for his sake.
Yes.
But, and I'm not crazy about that. But the fact is that the sexual drive is a very strong thing. And rather than have something happen to her accidentally that would make her pregnant at a time when she wouldn't want to be pregnant, let alone my wanting her to be pregnant, I have suggested to her, my husband and I have, that she go see a doctor, a lady gynecologist, as a matter of fact, and talk to her if she wants to, if she feels that it's time.
Now, at 17, you have said to you, I just want to get this straight. You have said
you got it straight.
At 17, you've suggested, at 17, before the girl came, don't you think you should wait till the girl comes to you and says...
And says, I'm pregnant?
No. Says, I like... No.
Come on.
No.
Tell her.
No.
Yes. You see, the problem is, if children aren't properly instructed, as I said, I don't want it. But if children aren't properly instructed, that's how they get pregnant, number one. The other reason they get pregnant is because young boys begin too soon.
How old was Marlon? Okay, we'll be right back after this. Commercial like this. But please, stay tuned. We are back. Talking with John Rickles, Rita Moreno, and our next guest is very talented, very charming, very handsome. They're comparing his charm now to Cary Grant. He is on the hit series Remington Steele, which is on Tuesday nights on NBC from 10 to 11. Will you please help me welcome Mr. Pierce Brosnan? Isn't that
now?
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Really? Happy New Year.
That's yeah, I've never seen the show because I work at night. But I've heard I saw you on Playgirl magazine cover and
Yes, with my wife. That was
that
rather
your
nice.
wife,
That
the
was
lady?
my wife, yes, Cassandra.
she's beautiful.
Yeah, she really is. That's why I married her. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have children.
I got two. Well, we've got three now. We've got a new member of the family, Sean William Walter. Yes.
So they must be great looking.
They're beautiful. Yes, they really are.
Because
Yeah,
you're
they-
great looking. She's great looking.
Well, they take after her, I think. Really.
It's
Being modest.
You know you're good looking.
Well, Sean is getting there now, I must say. Yes, do I know I'm good looking? Yes, you do know. Yes, I do.
Did you? Yeah, good. Thank
Yeah,
God.
sure.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, good. Absolutely.
You gotta know it as an actor, you know, because if you don't know where you're at as an actor, and if you don't know certain things about yourself by the age of 31, then forget it.
When did you know you were good looking? Did you know as a child? Were you good looking as a child?
I think when I was a teenager, I began to suss it out, as they say, in London. Yes. But I never got the best girlfriend, actually. It was always my friends, my mates who had the broken nose. They were the ones who walked off with the beautiful girls.
How come?
I don't know. I was always I was too sensitive, I think. Yes.
Now, how do you feel now, talking about sensitivity? Because you're becoming this year's big sex symbol.
Mm-hmm. Well...
Aren't you?
I don't know. That's what I read. I really don't take much notice of the whole thing, really.
What about, would you do a poster? Somebody told me you're going to do a poster now.
That is in the works at the moment, yes, that I'm going to do a poster.
Naked?
No. No, I'm going to have my clothes on, Joan.
All right, I'm just asking.
Yes, oh, no.
No.
Just because of the Playgirl?
Yeah, no, but if how many people want to buy a poster
You see
without
legs
offending
like
you?
This? I mean, look at those legs.
Hey.
I mean, that's not exactly hunk of the month, is it?
No, we have a clip we have to show of Remington Steele, then we'll come back and talk to you,
Okay,
all right?
fine.
Would you want to set the clip up?
This is the show, the Acapulco show, which will be coming up in 2 weeks' time, and it's the mariachi scene, where Laura and I'm trying to tell her about my past, and we get interrupted by the mariachis.
Okay, and it's from Remington Steele, and it's on NBC.
You want to know what happened in Mexico City?
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Is there a song you would like us to play for you this evening?
I can't really think of one. Gracias.
Then we hope we'll enjoy this one. One down America.
bello, 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 bello. Yes. Yeah. Ah, gracias. There was something called the Marchesa collection. 5 pieces set with emeralds, rubies, sapphires. Apart, they were worth a great deal. Together, they were priceless. Over the years, a Belgian collector managed to acquire 4 of them. The 5th eluded him until it was discovered in Mexico City.
Buenas noches. Why we play your favorite song for you?
I don't really have a favorite song, gracias.
They permit us.
Squeeze it. Yep, squeeze it.
Coming over here because you're such a good tip.
Where was I? What was I?
The 5th piece was discovered in Mexico City.
The price was agreed upon, but before they could change hands, it was stolen for a very wealthy, very powerful businessman.
Buenas noches. If there's something we play for you,
Yes, the ride of the Valkyries.
on cars.
I said I stole the bloody thing back.
Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma, Guantanamera.
Now, you have been living in America how long now?
18 months now.
18 months.
Yes.
And you've seen all the English women, all these gorgeous women, and your wife is Australian.
My wife's Australian, yes.
What do you think of the American women?
I think they're beautiful. I mean, judging by you and other ladies around me, no, they're beautiful.
Well, let's talk truth now. All right, yeah.
They're lovely ladies. They're a bit more forward than the English ladies, I think, actually. That's what I've discovered. That's the only thing I've discovered. They show their feelings much more. The English ladies are more reserved, I think. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I think it's lovely because, especially
I had an
if
English
you're dating
boyfriend
one.
once who said that English women are either doormats or whores.
And?
Do you know anything about the Irish ladies?
What about the Australian? Now, you married an Australian, but you married her late.
Fiery, wonderful, wonderful people, wonderful ladies, too.
By the
Yeah,
way,
she's
this
a great
is a
woman.
great night.
Thank you, Dawn. Let me ask you, you're married how long?
11 years now.
11 years. How old are your children?
They're 10 and 11.
10 and 11. And you're married 11 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how come?
How come?
So
I
you had the
married
first-
young.
So
Yes.
what do you tell your child now when it comes to you and says, how come you and Mommy are married 11 years? I don't get any of you tonight on the panel. You know
Really?
what I mean? My daughter will hear about birth control when she comes to me. I'm not going to force it down her throat.
I just hope she's not pregnant when she comes to
She
you.
won't come to me when she's pregnant. She won't come to me when she's pregnant. She's not going to be let out of the house.
Don't start.
That's number one. A woman who gives her
start,
daughter
Joan.
birth control pills. A man who gets married after the child is born. Thank God for you, Dawn. Or are you going to tell me something terrible now? We'll be right back at this message of interest. I just want to get the whole group here.
I'm Carol Floodstrand. Our subject is guarantees, fact or fiction. The sign says Protect Guaranteed Auto Service. Murph,
Yes?
who guarantees your tune-up, brake, wheel alignment, and air conditioning work?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
And Union 76.
Doesn't every oil company?
Nope. That's why your guarantee is good at any Protect station.
Protect could be your guaranteed auto service. I'm Carol Floodstrand.
Look for the Protect sign.
Could you tune my car?
Hi, I'm Nick. We guarantee tune-ups, air conditioning.
I believe in being the best I can be. I believe in counting every calorie. I believe in Crystal Light, 'cause I believe in me.
New Crystal Light drink mix is sweetened with 100% NutraSweet, so there's absolutely no saccharin and no saccharin aftertaste. All these natural flavors taste so terrific.
It's hard to believe there's only 4 calories.
I believe in Crystal Light, 'cause I believe in me.
I don't know where the hour went. It went fast. Dawn, I want to thank you so much. You'll be at the Sahara.
I say went thing?
This weekend, yes.
When you get a chance, say hello to Abby Lane. She's a good friend of mine.
Oh, I will. I love Abby, yes. And I want to thank... What?
I don't know. I just want to...
Okay. Rita Moreno, you'll be in the Sands Hotel in Atlantic City. And Pierce Brosnan, a pleasure to meet you. This week coming up, we have a great list of guests. Among our guests are going to be Gene Hackman, Sheena Easton, Bill Cosby, Cher, Debbie Reynolds, Marlo Thomas, Angie Dickinson, Gary Shanley, James Coco. Just lots and lots of people. So please come back and watch us tomorrow night. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Doc. You're a fabulous person.
Joan Rivers' wardrobe furnished by Bill Blass.
Next on Late Night with David Letterman, meet comedian Sandra Bernhard and author Matthew Lesko. Wednesday night, don't miss the fun on Real People. Then, after the facts of life, catch the new comedy hit Night Court. Later, stay tuned for the Emmy-winning Saint Elsewhere.